Hello to all you wonderful weirdos out there. I'm a random Darklink. Welcome back to this playthrough experience that I am bringing to you here in the form of Fire Emblem: The Sacred Echoes. Last video, we started the first part of Alm's foray into Rigel, and we're about to do the same for Celica. Now with a fully equipped and newly minted Tier 3, Tier 2 nonsense that is about to ensue here. Every mercenary that I have is a Dread Knight. Every single, I would say, other class cycling character is either a really high-leveled priestess or just recently got into the class itself, in the case of Sonya. So, yeah, I also just realized this. There are exactly 10 characters in this game that can be completely broken simply due to the fact that they are able to cycle through classes. I don't know if this is a good thing for me to just, like, you know, go ahead and do this, like, right now. Simply just because I'm not gonna lie. Thanks to the glorious thing that is tax refunds, I managed to, get a storage expansion for my dad's Xbox Series S, plug that in, and finally get my hands on Persona 3 Reload, and I just finished it today. And I will say, it is just a week of both, like, job searching and just doing that stuff. Honestly, I just really needed a break, so I really don't know if this is a good thing for me to do and film right after I put my mind through about 70 to 80 hours of doing that. It's also the first Persona game that I managed to max all the social links on the first go, which is just shows like how much I knew about the game going in, at least with the original in mind. And thankfully, just because I don't have to worry about the jealousy impacting my completion time. Like, it just, yeah, it worked out. But anyways, enough about Persona 3. You came to play Fire Emblem. I'm gonna hopefully do... Okay, so there is a diagonal. It's just obscured by the large, like, forested temple there. In the Temple of Mila. Chapter 23C, Swamp of Regrets. As far as I know, I think there are, like, necro dragons on this. But I don't know. Oh, we're playing this theme now.
Ah, Celica. How are you feeling, little one?
I'm fine, Noma. A bit cold, but fine.
Rigel's cold is hard on these old bones. It's not my first time bearing it, though. In fact, let me think. Goodness, I suppose the last time I was here was over 40 years ago. It all passes in the blink of an eye.
It's a shame we must return under such grave circumstances.
Have faith, little one. We will find the mother and restore her to her rightful place.
It isn't just that. The moment I accepted the crown, this ceased to be a mere pilgrimage. This is now a military crusade led by a sitting monarch. This is a formal retaliation for Emperor Rudolph's action against Mother Mila on Sophian soil. The divine accord is no more. I stepped across this border onto a land irrecoverably changed.
Heh. You saved all your growing up for whilst I was away. You built the strength of mind to hold up that royal circlet, child. Never have I been prouder to stand beside you.
Yeesh. Yeah, this is a little nasty looking.
I know it's been a while since I've been back here, but I don't remember the ground being this damn mushy.
When Sophia was drafting the initial construction plans for the sluice gate, we petitioned Rigel to provide us funding and labors in exchange for periodically diverting the water for irrigation of its crops. The drier Rigelian soil will benefit greatly from the waters, touched by Mila's blessing. I can imagine that a breakdown of those terms would have led to flooding here in the lowlands.
Doesn't surprise me. That all went bust around when Desai came along. Still doesn't explain the miasma around here.
right, that. This place gives me chills. Small wonder it's got a charming name like Dead Man's Mire.
I can handle dead men. It's this humidity that's killing me. Let's clear a path and get going already.
No arguments here.
Yep. No arguments. Okay, so picking units. Let's just see who is in the way. Yeah, there are some Regalian soldiers. Yep. 2 cantors that are going to be summoning monsters. Well, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Let's see. In that case, I'm going to make sure that whoever is not the most powerful of these guys is getting the Holy Sword. Whoever has the Holy Sword, I don't know who. Is it Jesse? Yeah, Jesse has the Holy Sword. Okay. In that case, please bring Noma, and for the love of God Almighty, bringing Catcher along too. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good for now. I don't know if it will be enough, but it'll be something. Also, just because of this whole thing, yeah, S is turning out as broken as I thought she would, but at the end of the day, too, like, she's not going to be, like, uber broken like other, like, class cycling units, but she is going to be powerful. She is still going to be powerful because I fed her that orange, but, anywho, make sure, like, my team is in order. Who has the lowest strength of everyone? It's still Kamui. Okay, in that case, you are going to be the proud owner of this Holy Sword from this point forward. It's not going to be Jesse who's going to be taking that up, so I think that's really all, because, honestly, I'm glad they gave back that final, like, theme there. So let's see. The Archcatcher Dult set up shop in a forest north of here. With magic so powerful, he can resurrect dragons themselves. He's warped the terrain and air with his evil aura. Half the farmers here have already moved away with the floods last year, but Dult's magic drove out the other stragglers. Oh, but I'm made of tougher stuff than that. I built this house with my own 2 hands, I did. It'd take an active doom of himself to move me from this spot. Dang. Oh, good for you, ma'am. Good for you. The harvest's been so poor for the last few years that at one point the Empire's food stores ran dry. We were left with no choice but to petition aid from Sophia. In years past, King Lima's largest egg could be brought for the steep price of a Regalian nobleman's maidenhead. But we had none left to give. We suffered the indignity to beg, and that degenerate king of theirs just laughed at our plight. But now, praise Duma, that royal rack hell is dead and buried. Now, we're the ones laughing as Regel dances on his grave. I'll be starving in the afterlife, chained just out of reach from a truly tantalizing roast. Such poetic justice that would be. Damn. I mean, Lima was not the best person, don't get me wrong, it's just, wow. That is, just, wow. Anyways, as per usual, I'm gonna make sure that these Pegasus Knights, don't, like, initiate a triangle attack without me realizing. Also, yeah, Atlas is basically a warrior who's going to max his strength regardless, so Hayas is going to be the most powerful of the two, though. Oh, Kamui and you have, like, supports. Cool. Kamui, the training's paying off big time. I'd say. You're learning faster than I can keep up. This might sound dumb and out of the blue, but how'd you come up with these moves? Well, I wasn't always a mercenary. I used to make an honest living with family herding sheep, living the nomadic lifestyle. Herding takes a lot of energy, especially if you're on foot. The rams like to charge at me too. That's a good way to find out how fast you can be. Huh? Herding sheep? That's the last thing I'd expect someone like you to have been doing. What made you go off on your own?
Well, it wasn't entirely by choice. Our clan lost our rights to our land in a dispute. And we were forced to settle. Sold all our sheep too. I couldn't stand staying in one place like that. So I took up the sword and started wandering.
I've been thinking lately about doing some wandering myself. Do you ever miss it? Being with your family, I mean.
Every now and then, I think about simpler times. Working with my siblings to take care of the flock. Helping in human labor. Stuff like that. But it's in the past now. I said my goodbyes. Wherever I end up is wherever I end up.
Oh, alright. Interesting. Also, what? Do you have a dark affinity? Oh. Oh, never mind. I think it's referring to someone else. Yeah, you have a conversation with Sonia. That's right. That is right. That miasma is gonna be rough. And I will say, I really do enjoy the way they sort of like remade that theme and transitioned it over, just because they had to use a little bit of that synth instead of like the grandiose orchestral arrangement of the original. Thought it sounded like crap on this thing, so good choice using the synth. Shoot down this witch from afar, just because I don't want to like have to deal with her and her warping. Thank you, Leon. Okay, 15 EXP for that kill. Expected. It's not going to be a lot of EXP. Oh yeah, that's right. You can attack with bows now, right? But from up close? What? Okay, there we go. That's how I do it. Also, I like how Atlas is just using an edited version of, like, Hawkeye sprites. It's not a bad choice. Definitely not a bad choice there. Anyways, move over there. Oh, wait, what the... You still have a support together?
Hey, May, are you alright? You look a bit rough down there. Honestly, I'm maybe a little worn out. What's wrong? Your hands! They're so mangled. That's the price of casting spells. I'm so exhausted I can barely stand. Climb onto my Pegasus. I'll take you back so that we can find you a healer. Oh, thank you so much.
I don't think they had a support in the original, but I'm glad the White Wings are branching out just a tiny bit from their original form there. Anyways, please go ahead and just gain a level, Paula. At this point, it's just better not to hold on. Skill, speed, defense. Well, at the very least, you might have the most defense. Well, scratch that. S could still pull ahead, depending on how well she grows. I know it's just a really bad archetype, but, like, for this game and just its many opportunities to grind, Ests find the most use here. Okay, Katria, you gain your level. Speed. Yikes. Okay, that's... Eesh. Anyways, can we go over to Leon and just do that, please? Oh my goodness. Okay, who am I forgetting? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize Saber was over there. Oh. Jeez, why did you move over to the mire, man? Oh my goodness. Oh, well, there's the Slayer skill taking effect. Thank God for the Falconites. Thank God for the Falconites. They're gonna make this a lot more bearable. A lot more bearable. And... time for the obligatory flooding of the map. Okay, at least it isn't permanent poisoning, so I can just, like, think about... Oh, you can one-shot. Thank you. That's awesome. That's helpful. Thank you, Atlas. Thank you, Atlas. Anywho. Say, Leon?
What is it this time, Kamui?
It's about what you said before.
So, what would you do if Valbar ended up turning you down?
Well, that's rude.
But, to be completely fair, it's a possibility I have to consider.
The man did have a wife, after all. Even though you get on my nerves sometimes, I wouldn't want you to be wasting your time.
In that case, I suppose I'd set off looking for another man who met my perfect ideal. A journey like that might actually be kind of fun.
I think that's the first time you and I have agreed on anything.
Oh? Were you maybe thinking about coming with me?
I wouldn't be opposed to the idea. If you were paying, I mean.
And here I thought you couldn't stand being stuck on a boat with me.
Well, maybe our little talk last time got me thinking I've got some things to work on, that's all.
Listen, Kamui, I'm sorry, really I am. This is all very flattering, but I could never settle for a guy like you.
I told you before, that's not what I'm... Oh, never mind. You gotta admit, Leon is a little bit... I mean, granted, the sprite work on this is just a little odd, but... I mean, the redesign of Leon really top-notch, honestly. In my opinion, I liked Leon's redesign. Any crits soon? Yeah, there's a crit. Oh, jeez.
Hey, you! You with a great eyeliner. How sweet of you to notice, gorgeous. What can I do for you? I just wanted to ask how you managed to keep it looking like that in the heat. Mine always gets smudged. Well, of course it'll get smudged if you put so much of it on. Your eyes are sweet as cakes, but come on, that's not frosting. Ease up a little. Keep it subtle, yeah? Subtle and I were never good friends. Either I'm looking dramatic and unforgettable, or I'm not going out. That I can understand. In that case, you see this white rock? It's found in caves, but you can also buy it in port towns. Anyway, you grind this up nice and fine and brush it on top of your makeup, and then that stuff stays on, come hell or high water. Here, I'll break you off a piece of mine. Give it a try tomorrow morning. Oh my, how generous. I'll need to return the favor somehow. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just glad to have somebody my age to talk makeup with. Let me tell you, those poor girls from the Priory don't know the first thing about it. That's no surprise. I did my time in a Priory as a kid. Beauty is meant to be shown off, not hidden away in some drab habit. Exactly.
Yeah, maybe a little too stereotypical, but honestly, I'm enjoying because they're at least trying the representation, unlike the original. They're trying to add a little bit of dynamic to Leon. Okay.
How you holding up, Katria? All's well here, Paula. Oh, good. That means I don't have to worry about you. Now, Est, on the other hand... Indeed. Though I imagine we should be used to worrying about her by now. Still, I find it hard to believe that we're all the way in Valentia. The quiet life never lasts for long, does it? No, it really doesn't. Even Arcania isn't what one would call stable these days. How long do you think we'll have to continue all this fighting? I wish I knew.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and deal with a Dark Emperor and a revived Medius, man. It's far from an easy life. Okay, yes. Come on. Upstage your sisters. Thank you. Thank you for upstaging your sisters. Appreciated. 18 EXP, though. It's pretty low. And now for a taste of Slayer. Not the band, but, you know, maybe I could put Slayer on. Perhaps there's a little bit of a gimmick. Maybe a MIDI version of Slayer. That'd be less likely to get claimed. But even then, it's like, yeah. Yeah. Terrible stats, but Fortify is such a good spell, man. No one just has to come along for that. Yeah, I don't really understand the Cantor's logic going all the way into the poison to do that. And you're gonna throw yourself at the beings that can easily kill you. Oh god, 3 Cantors. Okay, made it over. There's Garcia. 2 Cantors, good lord. Maybe equip the Killer Axe, man. Okay, this should be okay. I'm gonna have to deal with the archers before I approach from that side. So it looks like the Dreadfires might... Sorry, Dreadfire. I already resolved to call them Dreadfires. Are gonna make landfall first, alongside other significant individuals. There we go. Physic. There we go. Cheap healing experience is something else entirely. Chain healing. Good for the soul. Okay, you're gonna go after the Dread Fighters. And... Okay, crit by Highest. I think that was another crit by him, I don't know. 9% chance to hit, 12% chance to hit. Oh my goodness. And more monsters. Oh. Wyvern Lords. Dang. Neato. Oh, in that case... Where are you, Paula? Because I am going to push support points against the one guy in particular that is able to... Oh, wow, you hit with a 14. Shame it was only for 1 measly damage. Seriously, this guy's broken. Good lord. When I cycle them through again, it's gonna be so... It's gonna be such a good payoff. Well, that takes care of all the flyer threats, so... Now the flyers can advance here, because we need to seize the gates in order to truly win. Fortify. Fortify is really helping here. Go over there in the corner. Now the rest of the stragglers can just keep going and try to get across the miasma. The miasma filled. It was miasma they mentioned, right? Lots of generic gargoyles. Oh, here we go.
Yes, come to me. I'm gonna lay you to sleep at the bottom of this beautiful swamp.
Are you now? Oh, jeez. Why do I have the rapier equipped? Saber, why do you have the rapier equipped? Okay. You're going to die. Like, now. Bye. HP, attack, skill, defense. Nice. Yeah. Even like this, they're gonna be fine. I just like, you know, breaking games beyond recognition. Yeah, why not?
No! I was meant for so much. Ugh.
HP. I'm fine with that. I'm honestly fine with that. Just need to seize the gate now. Just need to seize the gate now. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. I mean, this is very much I figured it would be, but at the same time it's just, oh my goodness. Heal. You're gonna gain a level, but I doubt you're gonna grow anything, man. You're just, you do not have growth rates. Saber is just going to kill everything. Oh, jeez. Okay, you can just buzz off. You made the mistake of going to the poison, so return. Seriously? Return to the dust. There we go. Ooh! Our support Noma. I was not expecting the child Celica. Oh my god. That was too good. Oh wow, that was a really bad. That was a really bad oversight. That was a really bad oversight. Oh my god. That was too good. That was too good. Holy crap. Wow. Oh, oofta. I think it was just HP there. There we go. That wasn't too bad. About a half hour.
Curse these bones. I can't stand fighting with my mud squishing in my boots. We need to get out of this place yesterday. What do you say, Les?
Yes, let's. On tease, I will speak with you. Yes, Sir Knight? In private, that is. Saber, you're dismissed.
Don't take too long.
You have my gratitude. Shall we?
Oh yeah, they do something interesting with the knight, and I gotta say this is actually my least favorite part of this entire demake, because it kind of just it really is pointless and stupid. Like, for real, I don't understand where they were going with it, and it just makes things just. I'll break down my individual concerns as they come up.
Nah, I shouldn't stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
I think we're sufficiently out of earshot. Now, before I grant you audience, tell me, Sir Knight, who are you really?
I can tell you no more that I am an ally.
It's true you've given us much in the way of assistance, but I must ask for the reason you continue to hide your face and name.
Are you so distrustful of me now after all I've done to aid you? I hold no doubt that you aunties would be uniquely acquainted with the importance of secrecy in light of Valentia's most powerful sorcerers contriving the means of your death.
I am, yet we are alone now. Why do you still hesitate?
Do you truly wish to save Milla?
What?
The knowledge to save her is for your ears only. You must speak of it to no one. Do you wish to hear it?
Go on.
To save Milla, you must first save Duma. They are of the same blood, equal and opposite forces shaping our world with their unfathomable power. Without one to balance the other, the earth shall wither and die, and our people with it.
I understand. I can already see that this land is suffering much like Zofia. Has something happened to Duma as well?
A life lived over thousands of years inevitably ends in decay of the mind. Duma has become so thoroughly consumed with his appetency for power that it now supplants his very self. Soon our prayers will not reach him, and if he is lost, Milla shall surely follow.
What is this madness? Do you truly claim the gods are fated to waste and die?
I fear so, your highness. No true god would abandon their land or their people of their own will. My master Halcyon, erewhile still high priest of the Duma faithful, noticed signs of Duma's blessings beginning to wane, and made pilgrimage to Duma Tower in search of answers. The squalor in which he found our lord was alarming, even 15 years ago. Doubtless his suffering has worsened in the time since past.
I don't want to believe it, and yet
there is yet hope. At the founding of the two kingdoms of Valentia, the gods enter a blood pact with those mortals chosen as rulers. The proof and the power of this pact were passed down as the brands, one of which you bear yourself. And now, as crowned royalty of Zofia, you have everything needed.
And that is exactly...
You alone, aunties, can save the gods by returning the blood of their pact, by offering up your life and soul as a sacrifice on Duma's altar.
Yeah, if you played the original, this is incredibly sus right from the get-go, and I do not understand. It gets worse and worse over time. This itself as a premise, if executed correctly, could have been something that, you know, added a little bit of, like, uniqueness to this version of the game. But the way that it is executed is not something I'm a big fan of.
That leaves Zofia without a ruler. Yet without the gods, there would be no Zofia at all.
Pray think on it a while. We've time before we reach Duma Tower. Though I pray you bear in mind, you are the only living soul capable of this solemn task, aunties. I trust you will make the right choice. There you are. Didn't I tell you to keep it brief?
Saber.
The hell happened back there? You look pale.
Nothing. Come, we need to hurry.
Celica.
And Saber immediately gets suspicious of this. And, okay, so chapter 24, Wings of Death, comes about pretty soon here. Which is just, I'm pretty sure it's just a chapter full of necro dragons. I think. I can't recall exactly, but chapter 24, C, Wings of Death.
Celica? I don't want
you, but... Oh, Jenny, you aren't being a bother. What do you need? I just can't help it. I'm ever so curious. You seem so preoccupied after speaking with that masked knight. What were you two talking about out there in the woods alone? Nothing. That is nothing you need to worry about. There's a lot more responsibility to being a princess once you put on the crown. That's all this is. Of course I know being a princess isn't all pretty dresses and handsome suitors. But speaking of handsome suitors, are you sure that's all this is? Come again? You know, I bet he's really handsome under that mask. Oh, please, Jenny, that's the last thing on my mind right now. We were discussing official business and a serious matter at that. Oh, I get it. You're looking out for that boy you met at the castle, aren't you? Long-lost childhood friends, pining for each other from afar. And one was a secret princess all along. Oh, it's so perfectly romantic. Hope you'll go and see him when we go back to the castle. That's quite enough, Jenny. Knowing you, you're already thinking of writing a story about this, aren't you? Unfortunately, we have a difficult journey ahead of us, and we must train our focus on surviving it. I'll be happy to read what you're writing after this journey's end. Fair deal? Aw, I understand. I guess that means I'll have to try extra hard out there, then.
Yep. Yep, here it is, the Necro Dragons. Here we go. Oh, what's this? Another graveyard? Of course it is.
Seriously? How are you not used to this by now? If you've seen one go-ridden deathscape, you've seen them all.
I suppose you have. Something of a point. Fine, let's press on.
Actually, this looks like this place is full of Necro Dragons, so that's new.
Yeah! Something else. Also, they split up the units a little interesting here. This is pretty quick, so I don't expect this to take too long. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Necro Dragons. Yeah, so some are put down here, some are put in the middle, some are put in that little space there. So, can I bring everyone? Yeah, I can bring everyone. So in that case, I am going to, like, well, move people based on, like, what I need to do to just gain supports with other people. I know who I'm going to be. You're going to be going over here, because you have a conversation with someone in particular. And then, let's see here. Where is Sonia? I am going to move you over there. Gonna move you over there. Okay, so where is the Holy Sword Dread Knight? Move you over there. There we go. This is a pretty straightforward undertaking, but here's what I was dreading. Leon is going to get rejected.
There you are. Do you have any idea how hard it is to keep up with you in this armor?
It gave me the time I needed to think on things, at least.
What kind of thinking? Seems to me you don't do a lot of that in the first place.
Oh, you little rascal. Can you stop being so damn charming for a minute so I can get this off my chest?
Alright, let's hear it.
What I said about falling in love again, in that unshakable feeling of guilt when you remember the partner who passed away? Well, I wasn't just posing a hypothetical there.
Yeah, well, first off, who's the lucky guy?
God, you're dense. It's you. Who else?
Oh.
I said I'm not about playing games and pretending, and I meant it. So now that cat's out of the proverbial bag. But I know you're still grieving, and maybe I'm still grieving too. And I didn't want to ruin your friendship, and you probably don't even swing that way in the first place. Hence the guilt.
Well, you're wrong about one of those things. It's not going to ruin our friendship, that's for sure.
Do you mean it?
Sure do. Even if I can't be the partner you were hoping for. I've got no idea what I'd do with my life without you in it. It's you and me against the world, bud. Like it's always been.
Glad to hear it.
Ugh. I was worried I'd break your heart turning you down like that.
It's fine. Emotions comes in many forms, and as you say, there's no point in hanging on. I'm still glad I have these feelings, and nothing will change that.
Of all the ways they could have dealt with it, actually reading it through, I remembered it being a little bit more clunky previously, but honestly, I think the way that I read that may have gave me the interpretation that made it a little bit more natural. Also, Jenny, go off, please. Thank you. That's one Necro Dragon. One Necro Dragon. Why did I do that? Oh, make this... Oh, you don't... Wrong spell. Oh, or it'll still work. Now you guys talk. That's two Necro Dragons.
Say, Bowie?
What is it?
Traveling around the world is pretty fun and all, but I still think I prefer a quiet life of watching the sea on the island. How about you?
Well, this isn't a conversation I thought we'd be having today. But of course I want to go home soon. My family's waiting there, after all.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess? What's that mean?
Well, we could also stick with Celica and live in a big fancy castle, yeah? I just wasn't sure which one you'd prefer.
You're headed back to the island, right?
Yeah.
Then that's where I'm going as well.
Huh? Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you really such a dope that you can't figure it out?
What?
Just like the original, but it's just like... it was just so good. I like the original delivery of it, but, like... dang, that was just such a fun one to say. Yeah, I like you, let's get married. This is intentional.
Better you than me. Triangle attack!
Oh. There's the 21 damage that I look for. And there we go. Nice. 2 crits. Jeez, even with Slayer, you suck at taking those down. Still worked out, though. Still worked out. Oh, 3 Necro Dragons? Where's the... Oh, it's over there. That's why. It's probably gonna go after the, Okay, I guess I'm gonna start making my way towards this one, if I can. I mean, this really is not a complicated map, especially since I don't think any other Necro Dragons spawn. And everyone's pretty overpowered at this point in the game anyway. I just need to make sure Noma just stays out of the sight of these guys. Oh, you're going after Celica wielding the Zofia. Oh, wow, I love that little flick. Holy moly, that attention to detail there, man. Just to make sure the class feels a little different. Steel Lance. I'm pretty sure Paula can double the guy. Can you double? Yeah, you can double the guy. Bye-bye. 2 more Necro Dragons. And little to no experience. And here comes the final Necro Dragon on schedule. Yeah, you're a priestess that cannot heal people, which is interesting. Okay, you got over your fear of... You gotta have gotten over your fear of Necro Dragons by this point. You're wielding a gosh darn sword that can fell these guys easily. Okay, Kamui, you gain a level. Way to go, man. Attack luck. Not bad. Not bad, man. As long as Noma's out of the way, I'm going to be fine. I love the cymbal sounds on this. Oh, you're going after Atlas. Okay. That's an interesting move. I mean, you had to have known what you were getting into there, right? Because I just did not unequip that Killer Axe. Attack speed. Nice. And a holy ring for your trouble. You know what? Send the hatchet. There we go. I knew that wyverns once called Rigel their home, but I thought that they were far less common than to have their own barnyard, let alone for so many to have become Necro Dragons. That is a clunky sentence. Could Duma's affliction be of a piece? Is this truly the fate that awaits all of Dragonkind? Even in the light of the inestimable power of a divine dragon, and that power is given freely to support generations upon generations of humans over countless centuries. Perhaps it isn't impossible that it might take some kind of toll on them. Like I said, the idea is there to have Celica think about, you know, the conflict involved with giving up her life to at least try to prolong that. I mean, they touched on it a little bit in the original game, but a little bit more like just straight to the point. But I mean, this one's doing things just a tiny bit different. Mother Milla, who hath given so freely of yourself to shelter our kind from toil and suffering, forgive this humble servant for her selfish ignorance of the cost of your selfless sacrifices. Mother Milla, whose vengeance falls upon those who profane your soil with the blood wrongly shed, grant me the clarity to know that my own blood will not be shed wrongly for your sake. Yeah. Anyways, that's going to be for 2 episodes in the future. We're going to head straight back to Ulm. We're going to be facing off against Nui Baba and the witches of this mountain range here. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Take care.